So Aries, as you come into this new week, your ruler Mars is in an awkward right angle to the North Node, the point of destiny in the sign of Pisces. If there is something that's really been frustrating you, there could be a tendency or a desire to use the newly arrived energy of the Sun in Sagittarius along with Mars to just go for it in that moment, but in a way disregard perhaps your sensitivities. So don't rush something that's a little bit delicate. But intriguingly, at the start of this week, Sun also forges a very strong link to Pluto. If you're someone with a very clear picture of what you want to achieve for your long term, this is a really helpful aspect. Pluto can be about power, but it can also be about what's not necessarily visible and seen. So perhaps the conversations you're having out of sight with people, the alliances you're forging, how you're developing your network with others, those are clues of how you can make progress this week for sure. But in a more practical sense, things that you've inputted in and perhaps shown a lot of commitment to over a long period of time can actually come back to you this week. We have a terrific angle at the start of this week between Jupiter, the planet of plenty, Venus and Mercury. Venus can be about money, Mercury can be about commerce, and Saturn can be about structures. They're all forging a very helpful link despite Mercury and Saturn still in retrograde. So if something is just straining, it's not quite showing that final step forwards, just know it can do by the end of this week. The quarter moon, however, on Friday does echo that angle between Mars and the North Node at the start of the week. Once more, rushing is not necessarily going to get you to your target, to your outcome, any quicker than it does if you pace yourself. But then on Friday, Saturn does release a lot of tension, particularly psychological tension. If you have found yourself a bit more worrisome generally over the last couple of years, it wouldn't be a complete surprise, and that may have become much more obvious again from the 1st of September. But also on Saturday, Mercury ends a retrograde. And for you, Mercury is in the part of your situation that's to do with shared finances, anything to do with long-term investments, property matters, stocks and shares, inheritances, those type of things. I think if you have been waiting for some clarity, it will come by the end of this week, and it can be encouraging news. So a week when you have an opportunity to take a step forwards, but just know it may take until the end of the week before you finally feel that you're gaining true traction. If you've yet to order your year 2026 personal forecast, you can do so now. Get the rest of this year free, 30% off, but also your life roadmap report, which gives you telling insights into the patterns that have played out in your life so far. Working with that and your forecast can help you to time your moves in the months ahead really astutely. Also, you'll get my free gift of your Zodiac General, Love, Chinese and Indian written forecast for each of the 12 signs for the year ahead too. Please see the link below for more.